Hey, that was delicioso.
Nick Jr. is a place in the world just for preschoolers. Every weekday from 9 to 2 on Nickelodeon.
There is a lot of magic to be found in children's programming, whether it be through its presentation, the characters we follow, the educational value it provides, and how they execute it, or just all of the above. But what if I told you that there's a British children's show from the 80s that is full of magic? Literally.
Hey, let me tell you about WizBit. Now, he comes from the planet of WoW.
That's where WizBit comes to play, created by the late Barry Murray and Paul Daniels. The latter of whom would not only be the presenter of each episode, but would also provide the voice of the titled character alongside Wooly, the 8-foot-tall rabbit.
Have one!
Oh no, I'll have one. I'm not greedy.
What the hell is this show, and what lies within its magic hat full of tricks, you may ask? Well, might as well find out while we're at it. And now, fall out of the way, let's get this show on the road!
Wow. Once he was a little bit of magic in his daddy's eye. Time came to grow a bit. WizBit grew about 3 feet high.
Set in the fictional town of Puzzleopolis, populated by a cross between humans and anthropomorphized objects that are often associated with magic such as playing cards and sponge balls, we follow WizBit as he decides to visit a town for a year and a day in order to study what goes on in our own planet Earth. Claiming to come from the planet World of Wizards, also known as WoW for short.
I come from the planet WoW!
Wow.
And I'm visiting Earth for a year and a day!
Here and a day. Is she gone now?
Perfect landing.
Throughout his journey, he showcases all sorts of magic tricks and puzzles, all the while outsmarting the devious schemes of Professor Doom, played by the late Robert Inglis, and his assistant, Jinx the Cat.
Professor Doom is in a very black mood.
I'm not in a black mood.
For this installment of Rachel Reviews, I decided what better way to showcase the strangeness of this obscure program than to go over the second episode of the show's third and final season that premiered on January 13th, 1988, titled BadBit. In an attempt to have all of Puzzleopolis turn their back on WizBit, the evil Professor Doom decided to create an evil clone of the beloved pointy yellow hat with arms and legs by the name of BadBit. And boy does he live up to his name, as he pisses off every person he encounters that WizBit previously had a chat with. Except for Wooly, who's more so confused about the situation.
What's got into WizBit? He's acting very funny.
What I personally consider to be the absolute highlight of this episode is actually BadBit himself. Even though his appearance is simply WizBit, but with a shitty-looking unibrow, what makes up for that is his voice, which to me sounds like a combination between Marge Simpson and Walter White, with the addition of the way he delivers his dialogue whenever he comes on screen throughout the episode's runtime.
What is it?
What's the matter with your voice?
My voice? Oh, I got a frog in my throat. Grip it, you know.
Wooly, we gotta make the pixie dust! A close second to this would be when WizBit pulled up a blue willow china in front of Wooly early on, as he tells him a story that is contained within the artwork.
They turned into doves and flew away and lived happily ever after. Isn't that a sweet story, Wooly?
In fact, WizBit is probably one of the few things I can think of that is ripe with potential of taking any clip from the series and posting it without context, and BadBit is no exception to that statement. All I'm saying is that when you have scenes like this to go off of...
Hey, you weird. Are you French?
Well, of course you know that I am that.
I can't stand the French.
Huh?
Can you blame me for thinking this way? As for the rest of the episode, it's fine, as the story is mainly built around the whole concept surrounding the main antagonist making an evil clone of the main character, which is one of those tropes I haven't seen much of, and as entertaining as BadBit himself is, they really don't do much else with him once all the citizens of Puzzleopolis found out about this revelation, as he immediately disappears shortly afterwards. Oh, the WizBit we've been seeing for a second time today is actually an evil clone? Well, there he goes. Time to dance, I guess. On the bright side, he did give Professor Doom a taste of his own medicine at the end, so at least that's a plus.
Speak when you're spoken to, Big Nose.
How dare you?
We'll be back with more WizBit after this away.
Get it?
Got it?
Good.
Woody, baby. like this one.
BadBit may not have a lot to offer in terms of what I find interesting enough to bring up, but I wouldn't say it's that bad of an episode. It just kinda suffers from what they can do with one singular trope and how far they can go with it under 20-something minutes. It didn't help that the timing on some parts of the episode can be a little off at times, which doesn't occur that often throughout its runtime, but once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Oh.
Listen.
Still, not a bad episode despite those small criticisms I had.
This is what I say. Blow, wow, 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 blow 'em away.
If this episode of Rachel Reviews makes you curious enough to go check out WizBit for yourself, well then, what are you waiting for? Go for it while you can. I ain't gonna stop you.
Well, I hope to see you all because there's a lot more fun to come. Get it? Got it? Good. Bye for now.
Magic, so be tried.
Abracadabra. Some of my favorite words are bologna. Baloney. It sounds like mumbo jumbo. Yeah, mumbo jumbo. Kid. Mumbo jumbo. What it is. Yeah, mumbo jumbo. That's really weird. Nickelodeon. It's an old saying that magicians use. Nick is what you want. Nick is what I want. Yeah, it is.
For the last time, they're not Krabby Patties.